Hi, hi. Am I audible to all of you? Can you please let me know? Hi, good evening. Thanks for letting me know. Good evening. Thanks. Just give me a minute. Yeah, yeah. Very good evening to you. Just give me a moment, please. Yeah. Hmm. Thank you. So today was the end of a very turbulent week, I would say, in terms of the market. 26th was a day when we saw that the market was closed. But apart from that, if I'm talking about the Nifty, see, this was the Monday, a very big down move. Then there was a very sharp down move day, gap down opening, move up. Then this day was uh, the day of Thursday, and this was today. Very big sell off. Now, what was happening in between is that if I go to web.stockage.com, if I look at this, and today's data is yet not there. So if you look that this big sale numbers came for all 4 days, and today's number possibly will be bigger than this. If, even if I go to the provisional data of cash market SEBI, so only 3 days data is available here. Today's data will be available there. 24th and 25th is available in the cash market this week data. So we can see the kind of selling that FIIs are doing. And the reason for this FII selling is mainly this. What I will open here is that the dollar index. Okay, so I was telling about the dollar index up move when the dollar index up move started in the month of September to this month that this will happen, and this week it is almost about complete. And if I look at the data in a month wise fashion, see cash market provisional data, even the cash market SEBI data in a monthly fashion. Okay, so you will see after September this outflow has picked up pace when the dollar index actually went past this uh, inverse head and shoulder pattern that it had formed in the weekly chart. Now, the desired target which we had for the dollar index was 97.65, which is almost reached from here. In between, what happened is that why this up move happened is that yesterday, if I break it down into the daily chart, you will find that last 2 days are very big. So what happened here is that the Fed actually given an indication, a super hawkish mode, that it is going to increase the interest rate from March. And yesterday the US GDP data came at 6.9% quarter and quarter growth, which was unexpected. Expectation was 5.5 and it came at 6.9. So what happens when US US market, US economy is growing at almost 7% or 6.9% quarter on quarter? See, this way, if I talk about India, India growth is also 8 to 9%, right? Now, if US is growing at 7%, so who will the uh, take the risk of investing in a country, investing in country like India or any other country if the US is growing in a such a fast pace? And that's why the moment there was the indication of the that US GDP was doing well, you can see that such a big jump yesterday, almost more than 1% move in US dollar index. If I put it on the cursor here, you can see 0.75, which is very unprecedented kind of a move. that happened yesterday into the dollar index. And that is why what you saw is that very strong movement in the dollar. And at the same time, you have seen that this thing, that US 10-year yield is moving up. And that is why the intensified selling in Indian market, as you can see. Now, what happens from here? See, what happens from here is very crucial. On Monday, you have a budget in place. Okay. Now, if I do a Fibonacci pullback here, you can see that we have dropped to almost 0.786. Okay. Now, either market stops, if market breaches this 10,800 level conclusively, then whatever amount of down move is possible, it can go to 10,000, 16,447, or it can go below this level also. Okay. But if the budget is good, what we can see a short-term pullback, and we can see market maybe resuming on the upside. But there is a joker in the pack, that we may see a move above 17,500. Then only there is possibility of a sustainable up move. Now, the joker in the pack is the UP election. See, this is a very, very crucial data. You can see that 10th March is the uh, or 11th March is the result. Now, all of you remember that 2 weeks back, when I was holding this session with all of you, just 2 weeks back, look at uh, the thing. I was talking to you and I told all of you in this session, very session only, to buy Nifty 50 put, okay, March put, if you all remember, okay. Just see in the YouTube the same, uh, just I'm opening, just wait for a second. I'm selecting here index futures, selecting here Nifty. Oh, it's not allowing. Okay, let me go there. Yeah, 24th February. If I go to the option chain, I will show you. Just a second. This is the Nifty option chain. Okay. So if I go to 31st March, I asked all of you in the session 2 weeks back to buy this put. This put at that time was trading at 230 rupees. I asked all of you to buy this as a hedge. Okay. So this put has gone up to almost 750, 800 in between. If I go to this put, okay, so this put I asked you to buy at a hedge 2 weeks back when the market was trading here. So when we had this session on 14 Jan, the the market was here, and since then it has fallen. And obviously market will be very nervous about the UP election, because if the UP election BJP loses, what will happen is that a uh, very big meltdown in the market we can see. And we can see that the market, in my opinion, fall to possibly level of 14,000 odd level if BJP loses. I'm not a, poll expert, so I'm not predicting who will win but who will lose. But what I am saying, that there is a possibility of market dropping to this 14,000 level, if or 30,000 level, if BJP loses. Now, that's why I asked all of you to buy this put when it was only 230 rupees. Now it has obviously increased the value, and the premium of the budget is also here. Now for the budget, I told you if market trades above 17,500, there is possibility of a bullish move. If market breaks below 16,800, see, it is in the midpoint of that 17,177. If market breaks below 16,800, you may see a strong down move. This 600 point is possibly the range. If I go to the option chain, so this is the option chain for this week. If you see now, uh, this is the option chain of. Let me go to the option chain of 3rd February, which is for the budget. Now, if you see 17,150, this is the at the money call, almost at the money call. So you can see its value as 358, at it to 17,150, and that is what I am telling you, that 17,500 is the barrier. Now on the put side, if you go, you will see a value of 156. Okay, so if you uh, minus or if you subtract, or 138, if you minus from 17,100, it comes down to almost to a value of 16,900 or 16,950. 100 point below that, if this level is broken, we may see a strong down move. Now how the budget will be, it will depend on that. If the budget is very populist, you will see a slide, and if the budget is not populist, good budget, you can see a, which I find is quite difficult at this moment, a move above 17,500. Now let me tell you another very important factor that is driving the market right now. This is the thing. And so if I open this, so I took a webinar on crude oil. I'm opening this crude oil chart itself. So or let me open a different chart actually. Opening this chart, okay. No, just don't need this small numbers. Any indicator I don't need right at this point. I'm going to directly the daily chart. If I look at this chart, which I tweeted also 2 days back, that I highly see the possibility of a move towards 92. Okay, if 92, if it stops at 92, it is well and good, and there is a good possibility of the move stopping at 92. But if I talk about the kind of move that is possible from this cup kind of a pattern, rounding bottom or cup kind of a pattern, we can possibly see a move towards this 104. If a move towards 104 happens, you will see most of the global market facing a very big concern. Now, let me show you one important factor. See what happened in earlier phases in 2008, because this is very important. Because and let me compare it with the Nifty, how Nifty reacted. Okay, so I'm comparing. See, at that time, between 2003 to 2005, everything was going up. Okay, everything was going up. Now what happened is that, see, when crude oil initially started going up, and this was the crude oil, this was when the crude oil went to this kind of a level, you had seen a very sharp pullback of in the Nifty, and this was a big pullback. Okay, so uh, if I go to the Nifty chart and make it a weekly chart itself, I can show you what kind of fall happened that point of time. Okay, so if I go back, just a second. Yeah. So the 2006 fall, if you look at from a level of 2670, we fell to 2300. So almost 20%. In present day terms, it is almost like falling from 18,500 level to almost to a 14,500 or 15,000 level. So initially, even though at that point of time the crude oil was going up, there was a shock and we fell at this point of time. See, but you can see from that point of 2300, we almost went up this big in a span of 2 years. So that was the most movement in all the global equities, and India also participated in that. And once the fear of inflation gets out of mind, because see, right now market is fearing inflation, and that is why it is falling. All dollar index is going up and everything is falling. But once the fear is over, people get used to with high inflation, we can see a period of high growth also. And that propelled from 2,300 to 6,200. I'm not saying it will happen this time, but keep in mind, even if, see, right now what is happening, if you go to extreme near term, you can see that as crude oil is going up, the Nifty is falling. But after the initial fall, if market get used to it, we can see a very big rally into a Nifty also. So just if I remove the comparison part just for a second. So as I told you here, that crude oil can go to a level of 104 also, but that is obviously bad, and but eventually that can get absorbed into the mindset and psyche, and we can see that Nifty also doing a great. Now, in terms of sector, obviously, if I am coming back to the weekly chart, so these are two weekly candles. If I'm talking about Bank Nifty, obviously I will find that I will find that it is much in a better shape. And why is because there is expectation of higher FDI limit in banks, and that is why it has not fallen that much. But post budget, if the budget is bad and if all the expectations are not fulfilled, if you can see this actually underperforming the market, this actually underperforming the Nifty and falling faster than Nifty if all the things are not fulfilled. If fulfilled, you can see obviously a rally again towards this higher levels. But if not fulfilled, this can underperform post budget. Now, regarding budget, I am not an expert. Vivek sir will be in a better position, obviously, to tell about it. But what I will say is that in the Bank Nifty, if it crosses this 39,000 kind of a level, and in budget days you can see a move of 1,500 to 2,000 points easily. So if there is a close above this or movement and sustain above this 38,900, try to go long, and if this 36,500 is broken, try to go short, because this is the band which I'm talking about, uh, which 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 is almost 36,400. Now, market closes 36,700 or 600, I would say, or 700. Now, if I go into the option chart just for a second, if I go to Bank Nifty and go for the 3rd February, and let us look at 36,700 uh, at the money call and put. So the premium is around 1,500, which is built on it 1,007 and 405 or 1,400. Now, if I go into the Bank Nifty chart, so it is around 38,100, and on the lower side it is around 36,200. So 36,000. So few point beyond this, and on the upside, obviously there is uh, little more you have to move to get. So have these things in the mind. Don't try to sell options on a budget day. What happens is that suddenly there can be a very strong directional move. In terms of sector, if you also see that Nifty IT has fallen and globally it has also fallen. Okay, I don't know why it is falling. I was quite bullish on it, but very strong down move. Cannot remain bullish beyond this. If it falls, you have to exit your stocks, except possibly of Infi, which is still, I won't say had not breached these levels, but if goes below 1650, you should exit. And uh, Tata Elxsi. So this stock remains quite a good stock. So see if it breaks above these levels also, it can actually do some wonders. Now, if I'm talking about the Dow, because I want to talk a little bit about the Dow and then hand it over to Vivek sir. Okay. So, so for last 4 or 5 days, every day there are 1,000 point moves in the Dow. As market tries to threaten the Fed that it will break uh, because of rate hike. But if the growth is so high, why should it break? I don't know. But 32,800 is a very important level. As long as on the closing basis it is not getting violated, we are still not in a very risk of breaking down. So keep in mind, initially this 33,400 and then this 30 all these trend lines are drawn by me at some point of time. So trying to remove some of them, okay, which are not that relevant. So for now, if you ask me, this level 33,500 and 32,800 are very important level. If market defends this level, eventually we can see an up move. And one asset class I would like you to focus, though I know that very few of you will have the appetite for this. See, once it stays above this 1728, there can be great move in the nickel future. Okay, because of the shortage of nickel and because the requirement of nickel in terms of the electric vehicle transition. But the lot size is of 42 lakhs. Okay, so in MCX, not very liquid. Every day 6 7,000 contracts are traded. But those who are having that bigger capacity can look at this as an asset class and try to trade on the long side if it trades above 1730, 1725. Last but not the least, so I'm going to the Twitter, and if I go to my profile, uh, I want to show you. See, this is the strategy that you can see the strategy. I always keep on updating this strategy. So here this trade, if it has reached target, no, it has yet not reached target. I have not marked it, but I mark generally when there is a trade appearing and once it either the stop loss and targets. Obviously, to know about this strategy, you have to go through my webinar. This is the webinar. This is the webinar that I have took. So if I talk you about this strategy, I would tell you, see this in this strategy, you can these are the trades that have come. Okay, so just a second. These are the trades. This has come this week post my I took the webinar. So from 24th, if I count, see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 trades have come, 3 have gone wrong, 7 have been right. there is a one short trade in process, not yet reached target. So I have just a second. So I have marked it. If you want to look at these in the crude oil, you can watch and paste this, watch this in your browser and watch this. Obviously, to know about this, you will have to go to this strategy. So that's from my side. Just wanted to introduce you to those who are interested in crude oil trading about this strategy. So thanks all of you. And I will hand it over to Vivek sir at this point. Don't trade much in the budget day, then from the next day, the better opportunities come. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Souradeep, and thank you to all my dear participants of StockEdge Club, and TMP. I hope you guys are having peaceful time. The week has been quite eventful, and in fact, not just a week. I think the entire fortnight has been quite eventful. So let me just share my video first, and then I'll do the screen sharing. Okay. If you guys are able to see me and hear me, please confirm. Please confirm if you guys are able to see me and hear me. Okay, yeah, I can see your confirmation. Thank you, Kiran, Rajkumar, Ramakrishnan, Shiva, Zia. Thank you so much. So here we are again, Friday weekend discussion, talking about various things related to market, talking about how things are happening, what things are happening. And just like last Friday, it was a tough week last week, and this week a bit of recovery. Yes, in terms of profitability, a bit of recovery, but still market is not looking all that great. Market, I think, is decided that 2022 is not going to be equivalent to 2021. So people with weak hearts are going to get it from market this time, and maybe some of the weak hearts will move out of the system. So I again want to reiterate one thing, that whatever money you have made from the market and whatever time you have spent in last 1 year, 2 year, be mentally prepared that you will lose 20% of that revenue, because market is always like this. It always, and I've recorded a video and I've said this, that market will go up, it will give you profit, but it will correct, take 20%, at least 20 to 25% of that profit from you, and then again consolidate for some time and again give you an opportunity to make money from the market. So this is pretty much what is happening. So be mentally prepared for a tough market, especially now that the budget is round the corner. So market is definitely waiting for something from the budget, which I'm not sure what are they expecting. But yeah, something definitely will come up, and market will get some benefit out of some policy changes or some fiscal benefit, but probably government is expected to give to few sectors. But I'm not sure where we are going, very honestly. Where the market is going, I'm not sure. So very strictly stock specific actions, and we should not shy away from booking our losses. And if you are in a profitable positions, then you keep on riding the profit, because strong stocks will continue to remain strong in the market. All right, so let us do a screen sharing and see what is happening in the market right now, and how do we deal with the market in this scenario. Okay, so here it is. This is the screen sharing. This is the market. This is dollar again have shown fair bit of strength, thanks to Fed's clear intent of doing something with respect to tapering. So dollar is showing strength, and Nifty, actually Nifty went corrected before. So there was fair bit of expectation in the market that emerging markets will correct. So pretty much looks like that market is in for either consolidation or some kind of a correction. Are we in for a bear market? I am not sure. Very honestly, I'm not sure whether we are in for a bear market, but definitely market is either going to stay here or market is going to show some correction. maybe another this level of around 16,800 or so, and next is this range. So 15,000 looks to be a very, very strong support, but you can't make those guesses. Definitely correction is there. And so do we exit everything and sit on cash? Not advisable, because very difficult to time the market. At least till budget you can have a lighter exposure. So whatever loss I booked, I have not deployed back into the market. And whatever stock I had this week, I have not made much changes, and the strong stocks are still there with me. Okay, so I'm waiting for that budget to go away and get some clarity. But 2022 is going to be very tough. So if you are weak heart, please rethink about your market participation. Okay, what is happening with Nifty? You see, this is where the Nifty is. What is happening with other currencies? So dollar index is definitely showing strength, so it's not a good sign for the market. What's happening with cotton? So commodities are doing good. So if at all I have to hedge myself, I'll probably be long on the commodity stocks, because there I see there is still a bit of strength. But very mixed opinion. Crude oil is strong. Some commodities are weak, some commodities are strong. So it's fairly mixed, very confusing state of market. So जहाँ confusion है ना, वहाँ थोड़ा सा, it's there's no harm in holding our hand and not doing active trading in the market, because abhi definitely market is looking at all these important data points and becoming jittery. So how do I trade the market? So what am I doing right now? The same theory works. I'm still holding on to the same theory. So these are the 100 stocks, 101 stocks which I'm tracking, and some of the stocks where I have positions. Whenever I am finding reasons to square up my position, I'm squaring up my position. Let me give you an example. So these are the stocks where I have positions. So some of the stocks which are in the strong zone, I'm holding on to those stocks. Some of the stocks which are becoming weak, I'm trying to exit those stocks. So it's a mixed feeling in the market. Have reduced my position quite a lot. So I would advise you that wherever you feel that your stock is becoming weak, so my benchmark of weakness right now is 2 hourly chart. So in 2 hourly chart, whenever I'm seeing RS going below zero and super trend becoming negative, I'm squaring up my trade, because I don't know where the market is going. So I'm definitely in to get inside the strong stock again. For example, you see Loris Lab, it has become a strong stock. Decent buying has happened. In 2 hourly basis also, it has become a strong stock. So I will be ready to build position here because it has become a strong stock. Similarly, Canfin Home, you see, it has just become a strong stock on a 2 hourly basis. It's already a strong stock. So good reason for me to look out to build up a position here. So any stock which is becoming a strong stock, and I know the underlying theme in this stock, and 2 hourly chart is also showing me strength, I'm entering. Otherwise, I'm exiting the trades where the stock is becoming weak. So now the question is that how do I identify if any method can be adapted to identify the strong stock? So one of the thing which I do is look at the combo scans. And one suggestion which I want to give to all of you is that look out for stocks which are showing good financial performance, because the companies where quarter performance is good and those companies are showing strength, I think those are the companies which should be part of your watch list. So financial improvement with price action. So you see, these are the combinations which I have added: strong outperforming stock, improve return on equity, improve return on capital employed, quarterly net profit growth is there, quarterly EBITDA growth is there, and high increase in quarterly sales. So these are the stocks which are major stocks which I am looking at. Okay, so what I will do is I'll download this list. So let us download the list here. Okay, I'll download the list. I will open the Excel sheet. Okay, and let us try to pull these stocks in trading view. This and this. Okay, I'm added comma. So these are the symbols which are basically major stocks where there is good fundamental reasons to buy at lower levels. Let's go to trading view, and there is a list called FIPA. I will copy the Excel sheet and I will add them as part of my tracking. So, uh, so what I intend to do is I'm going to look at these stocks only as a these are many stocks. Oh, just a minute. I'm going to look at the perfect matches. Sorry. There are almost there also here. So I'm going to look at the perfect match. So these are the stocks which are perfect match. So let me remove all other. इसको हटा देते हैं सबको. Add this. Okay. So this is Mahindra and Mahindra. So let me add manually Mahindra and Mahindra. Okay. So ये सारे stocks हैं जिनमें fundamentally performance is there as a business. Okay, let's go back to that scan. So improve return on equity. Let's take one of these stocks like Adani Green. So इसमें क्या हो रहा है? The stock is outperforming the benchmark index. Return on equity has improved. Okay, so now return on equity is almost 29%. It improved return on capital employed. Quarterly net profit has been better than previous year quarter. Quarterly EBITDA has been better, and high increase in quarterly sales. Okay, so this company is showing an improvement in financials and an improvement in price action. So this is a company which I will keep for my build up of the position, okay, as a strong stock. So the stock is already strong. Maybe I'll wait for the correction to happen a bit, then I enter. But these are the stocks which should ideally be part of your tracker. Bharat Electronics right now giving a very mixed signal, extremely volatile stock, goes up, goes down like this. So definitely I'm not going to keep this as part of my tracker. Brightcom Group, strong performance, strong stock, but low market cap, so it can be risky as well. Deepak Fertilizer, look at this stock. Strong stock, okay, price also showing strength. If it falls, you have to build small positions. Look at the support. Wow, very nice support this stock took. Look at the support it took here. So yes, this is a strong stock. Should I buy here? Small quantity, not very big. Please do not build very large positions in the market right now. Do only small quantity. Try with small quantity here. If it corrects, add to the position. This is how you have to build your position in market right now, because market is not in a position which is where you should go for an aggressive positions. IFL, see, IFL is fundamentally doing good. The stock, you see this RS is green, the line, this basically says that the stock is, RS is on the uptrend. Last 5 days RS is on the uptrend, so that means the stock is showing uptrend in relative strength. This is also good enough reason to start building small quantity. So India Infoline is good. I already have a position in India Infoline. Jamna Auto, it is just near its RS support, and also you see there is enough demand zone here, so I will probably look at Jamna Auto as well. JB Chemical looks interesting, good start structure, high momentum, RS is also positive, so yes, I will look at this stock. JSL, Jindal Steel Hisar, wow, this is a strong stock, good momentum, 2 hourly also strong, so I'm going to look at it positively. Lakshmi Machine, strong. So what I'm saying is that stocks which are showing good fundamental reasons because of their latest performance, quarterly performance, I am going to keep them as part of my tracking radar. And if they are strong stock, I won't mind entering them, especially if they are strong on EOD as well as on 2 hourly. Right now, look at this stock, Nestle. It's a strong stock. So I should ideally enter this stock because on a EOD basis it is strong. But the momentum is below 50, so there is no, it's a weak sign. So RSI should go above 50. RS should be above 0. So let the momentum come, let 2 hourly chart also become positive, then this stock is a good stock for me to enter. So these are all momentum plays. ONGC, wow, look at this structure, fantastic structure. So maybe crude oil is going up, that's why ONGC is going up. Strong stock on a 2 hourly basis, looks strong, super trend positive. So this is also a stock which I have to look at. Reddington, I am very bullish on this stock. Ideally, this stock should go up. Every time it falls, there is not much volume here, and when it goes up with a good volume. So yes, Reddington is something which I'm looking at. You see, all these blue stocks are basically stocks where I'm still holding on my position. Oh my god, look at this stock, Sharda Crop Chem. They came out with a result which was very good, and since then the stock has been an absolutely outperformer. So what I'm saying, that keep track of all the results which are coming. Okay, and how do you do that? Go to equity, scan, go to fundamentals, go to profitability, and here you can see quarterly results. So what you can do is quarterly EBITDA growth. So these are the companies which are showing good quarterly EBITDA growth. You can filter down to level, like you can see all the NSE stocks also, but don't look at only one scan. Make a combination of your own, like the combination which I have made. Like this, you can create your own combination, whatever you feel is the right combination, and you may actually restrict your search to only current period. That means show me only stocks which have already come out with the results this quarter. So Sharda, Hindustan Zinc, Brightcom, they have already come out with the result this quarter. Make sure that you track these stocks very closely, because these are the stocks where results have been good, and chances that at lower levels you will see some kind of a buying emerging in these stocks. Friends, remember this, that market is not going to be very easy in this year, and you have to be extremely choosy with respect to stocks which you select. I think quarterly performance will definitely has the potential to give you stocks which has potential to continue with the strength. So make your filter, follow these stocks, and trade with small quantity, and build on to the quantity if the stock is going in the right direction as you expected. Just for example, Mahindra and Mahindra, it's a strong stock. I will buy a small quantity here because it is trading above all the moving averages. So I'll buy a small quantity here. If it goes up further, I will build on to my position. I will buy more aggressively because it is adding on to the right side of the trade. I hope you guys are getting this, that it's a time to build small position in strong stocks and exit the stocks which are becoming weak stock. Do not have loyalty for stocks which are becoming weak. जो weak हो रहे हैं उनसे निकल जाइए, नहीं तो आपको पता नहीं है कि वो आपको कितना रुपया आपसे ले जाएगा. So strong stocks, start building small positions because you can't time the market, and exit weak stocks and book profit or loss, whatever you are witnessing right now. This is what I have to say. Now what I will do is I'll just check few questions which I can take. Many technical parameters are failing to perform this year, Aditya is saying. Aditya, always remember this, that market will have its own movement depending upon the stage of the market. Last 2 years market has given phenomenal return. Now this year market will obviously consolidate, and consolidation market will always lead to non following of many technical indicators. However, I believe that RS as an indicator is a universal indicator because it reflects the price behavior. What is RS? RS is not technical. RS is the relative strength of the price of a stock vis-a-vis the broader market. मुझे नहीं लगता है कि RS will give you false for it has not given me for many years. मुझे नहीं लगता है कि RS will give you false indications. Yes, maybe number of stocks where RS will work will probably go down this year, because when the market is consolidating, very few stocks actually show a strong sustainable relative outperformance. Last year, year before that, we had some amazing stocks consistently showing us outperformance. So we were able to make a lot of money. But this year, obviously, we cannot expect the same quantum of money which we have made last year. So please keep expectation muted, and maybe it's not a bad idea to trade in limited stocks and only trade when you feel there is a very strong conviction of strength in that stock. Okay, any strategy for budget? Well, the only strategy which I will advise for all of you for budget is on the budget day, make the high and low on the price. So on Nifty, Bank Nifty, and all the major sector indices, make sure that you highlight the high and low of the budget day on these indices. And whenever after the budget, if the high is getting broken for that index, then keep that sector on the buy mode. If the low is getting broken of the budget day of that particular sector index, then try to get out of the stocks which are part of that index. So for example, reality index, okay, which was apparently strong till few days ago, and it has become weak. So suppose the budget day, it makes some high low, you highlight the high and low here, and if the price goes above the high low of the budget day, then the ho sakta hai ki reality sector will shine again. But right now, definitely reality is underperforming sector. Even the IT is underperforming sector. So a lot of my stocks where I had to book losses actually belongs to reality and IT. But I'm still not that I've booked overall loss. Obviously, my positions have been running for a long period of time, and reality and IT has been giving strength for many months. So this year, I'm going to only look at what is happening to these indices after they have broken the high or the low level of the budget. So what do you need to do is mark the high and low of the budget day in all these indices, and then see what is happening in following days, and trade according to that. Do not trade for any budget day, because I mean, options you can still try, but in cash market it's no point trading for the budget day. Okay, Meet is asking, sir, how to use RSI multi-time frame in finding momentum along with RS indicator? Well, multi-time frame, I'm still experimenting that how do you use it for the best exit plan. But right now, I'm still using RSI daily to enter the stock, believing that the momentum is high, and I'm looking at the weekly RSI to see whether a stock is showing me early signs of fall in the long-term momentum. So yet, I have not been able to come out with a concrete model, but yes, a combination of weekly RSI and RSI, daily RSI, and a crossover is definitely something which I have been looking very closely. Can you, what will you suggest those who are starting their stock market journey this year? Well, my suggestion is that go very slow. Do not be in a hurry. Please do not see last 2 years return and go all in into the market. This is going to be year which will, push lot of weak hearts out of the system. So start with small capital, do part-time market participation, do not get into the market full-time until as you are doing options trading. Options trading is the only way to go involved in the market full-time right now. So my only humble submission is that spend a lot of time in learning, because this year is going to be tough year in terms of consolidation in the market. Why is IT generally falling? I'm unable to find reasons. Dinesh, I think even I agree to you that the overall structure of IT sector has gone weak. It was quite a surprise for me, because I was also holding a lot of IT stocks and I had to book them because the structure was getting weak. I think probably one of the thing could be the overvaluation and high expectation in last 1 year. So maybe a bit of time-based correction is required before they start the journey once again. So that is the only thing which I can comprehend. So I'm still thinking of IT and real estate uh, to be the bullish sectors, but right now definitely they are not in favor. So I'm not building position anymore. Let them come and join this strength club again, and then I will probably enter those stocks again. Okay, Aditya. Okay, which is the best indicator or process to predict market trend? Well, the best. I mean, it's very difficult to say that this is the best, because what works few months ago may not work for this month, which may start working from next month, because every month has a unique character. So because the budget is around the corner and dollar has given a weird move, and there was a Fed commentary which tried to suggest something. So market is not actually in an equilibrium right now. So that's why it's difficult to predict the market trend. But the broader you think about the market, look at the weekly chart, look at the monthly chart, the broader you will be able to make view of the market. But then your positions should also be long term. You can't have a daily positions by looking at the weekly chart of the market. So Ramananda, the answer to this question is that yes, you can look at open interest, yes, you can look at FI data, etc., etc. But frankly speaking, the closer you start looking at the market, the difficult it gets for you to predict what will happen to the market tomorrow. Yes, you can do the prediction on intraday by looking at short indicators, but telling what will happen to the market tomorrow is for me next to impossible. Maybe some people are able to do that, but I have never been able to predict what will happen market tomorrow. So best thing is to just look at stocks, what are they doing, and plan your trade as, or plan your position as per the strength and the weakness of the stocks. Dr. Tushar is saying this week a lot of delivery based selling happened. So in weekly scan, it will give stocks which are heavy selling. So how to go with it? Well, definitely if the stock price has gone down and there is fair bit of delivery which has happened, the ATP, average traded price of the week of those stocks, will be very important. Let us do that scan. So let's go to scan. Let's go to price and delivery and weekly scan, and high deliver quantity this week. Okay, this is updated since till yesterday. So look at these stocks where price has fallen. Let's forget Lux because there was an insider trading issue here. Look at this stock, Torrent Pharma. Okay, now Torrent Pharma weekly delivery is high and the price has fallen, and you know the VWAP is around 2741. Now let me look at the chart. Okay. Oh my God, look at this chart. Now, it's definitely a weak stock, traded below this important level, right? And moving average is also 20, the VWAP is also 2741, which is around these levels. So if I am having it, I'm holding the stock, I will not buy, because unfortunately, the stock has become extremely weak. If you look at the 2 hourly chart, the stock has been showing weakness. So that's why I have always told to people who have come new into the market, look at 2 hourly chart to exit early, because your risk appetite is less. If you would have waited for daily chart, you would have lost much more than you would have probably gained when you entered here. Okay, so for someone who is new into the market, look at the 2 hourly charts and plan entry and exit according to the 2 hourly charts. All right, so guys, thank you so much for attending this session. Typically, we don't take question and answers in this session. As I want to repeat this, that market is quite confusing. Let's see after budget what happens. Till that time, keep your position light and be prepared for slightly tough market scenario in coming few months. Let's see, budget is something which can revive the positive sentiment, but definitely globally market is not looking very good. So be extremely cautious with your positions. Thank you so much for attending this session. I hope we find value in all the interactions which I'm having with Souradeep. I hope you guys have been able to learn what is going around in the market, going behind the scene, and I hope you have been able to participate in the market in the right manner. Thank you so much for all the club members as well as TMP members. Have a great weekend, and let's hope for the best next week. Thank you. Bye bye. Thank you, Souradeep.